If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Keep it clean. Touch gloves if you wish. Let's do it.
Hosted by Zay Brotherz, the MMA Brotherz.
Oh, hello.
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's going on, bro?
Chilling.
We would like to welcome you all to the first edition of Body Shot, brought to you by the MMA Brotherz.
Yeah, this is going to be a little discussion where we don't talk about the fights exactly, but a little talk is going around the MMA world, specifically UFC. Some stuff that, and probably we always talk about, we want to get off our chest, and stuff that you don't really hear about too often in the MMA world, like the main stories.
Yep. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Please hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. So what's topic number one?
All right, so topic number one. Recently, it has been announced that in UFC in Salt Lake City, they're going to have Poatan versus Khalil Roundtree for the UFC Undisputed Light Heavyweight Championship. Now, that's cool because the styles is going to be for an exciting fight, but the only problem is a lot of people feel like Ankalaev is being passed over. And a lot of people, mostly everybody, feel like Ankalaev deserved a shot over Khalil Roundtree. And the consensus around the MMA world is why Khalil Roundtree? Why is he getting the title shot? So, do you, bro, feel like Poatan is being protected? Because if you look at the screen, I got his last 3 wins right there, which was a knockout of Jamal Hill. Well, first it was a knockout of Yuri Prochazka, then Jamal Hill, and then Yuri again, which he knocked him out twice in that fight.
So those are actually his last 4 knockouts.
Yeah.
Do I feel like he is being protected? I could see how one feels like Poatan is being protected for the simple fact that everyone thinks that Magomed Ankalaev has the style to beat Poatan for the simple fact that he has very good ground game. If you look on, I think his DraftKings right now, they actually have Magomed Ankalaev favorite over Alex Pereira if they were to fight. But no, I don't think he's being protected. I feel like it's more so of we don't want Ankalaev to be the champ for the simple fact of I feel like debauchery always seems to follow him when it comes to his fights. His fights are always kind of controversial. You had the fight with him and the Hulk. Iwan Cutelaba,
Yep.
where that knockout was questionable. They had to run that back. Then you had the draw versus
Hey, but bro, you can't say that without mentioning the rematch stuff.
the rematch. He knocked him out.
Nasty.
Nasty. And then you had the draw versus Jan Blachowicz, which was very uneventful. It was an okay fight. I feel like Jan won that fight, but it was a draw and it was real controversial. It was not. It was so boring, kind of, that they didn't run that back. And then so you follow him to Johnny Walker when he fought Johnny Walker in Abu Dhabi. He hit him with the illegal knee, and the fight was stopped in the first round, and they had to run that back, and he knocked him out too. So I mean, yeah, he always make up for it, but a lot of his fights in the controversy, and I feel like they're kind of over him right now, and I feel like that's what it is. But they did announce that the winner of Rakic versus Ankalaev gets the title shot. So
Did you announce that?
yeah, they announced. Dana did, yeah.
I was gonna say, did you hear from? Okay, if Dana said it, then it's true. I would like to disagree with you, but for this one, I gotta agree with you because you know how I am about those Dagestanis and everything. To your point, Uncle Live, there's always something. You know what I'm saying? Like you ever had a friend that it's always something with them. You know what I'm saying? That's what Uncle Live is. He's that fighter. It's always something. And his 2 rematches, he did knock his opponent out clean, but the UFC they don't want that. And Khalil Rountree, they was gonna match him up against Jamal Hill. They've been building him up. He knocked out Anthony Smith in his last fight. He's a former contender participant, so they like to promote that. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's being protected.
No, Ultimate Fighter. He came up Ultimate Fighter.
Ultimate Fighter, yeah. But it should be an interesting fight, and we'll get to that review when it comes. But I like the underdog money on Khalil Rountree. Not saying that I think he's going to win, but I do like the underdog money on him, for sure.
Yeah, and not to mention Khalil Rountree does have 5 knockouts in a row. Never attempted a takedown in his 11 years in the UFC, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Next up, your boy, Dan the Hangman Hooker and Cal the Natural Bahayo. Where do each fighter go in their respective division, bro?
All right, well, Hangman is coming off of impressive performance versus Sarukian. No, not Sarukian. I get him and Sarukian mixed up.
Well, he's
Gamrot.
Yeah, Mutas Gamrot.
Kyle Bahalio just knocked out. Well, he knocked him out, but he didn't get to finish. He came to. He just beat a number 5 ranked fighter in Jarrett the Killer Gorilla Cannoneer last week. Kyle Bahalio, 17-1. He lost his first MMA fight and been on a tear ever since. 7 straight in the UFC. He's coming off the Contender Series. I feel like I would like to see him matched up with a Paulo Costa because Paulo Costa has nothing going on right now. I would have said Brendan Allen, but Brendan Allen is tied up with Nasruddin Imavov. So yeah, I would say Paulo Costa for the simple fact that Paulo Costa has nothing going on right now. I feel like since he just beat number 5, he may be number 5, but 4-3-2 and the champ are tied up, and I don't think he's gonna get a fight with Izzy. I feel like Paulo Costa is a good test because he's on a little losing streak, but he's still a big name, and he still got a lot left in the tank. I feel like a few minor adjustments, and he can be back to the old eraser that he used to be. So I would like to see Brazil versus Brazil. Match him up against Paulo Costa, and let's see where you go from there.
Wow, that's a good one right there, bro. He showed me a lot in his last fight. The way he put it on Cannoneer, especially in the 5th round. He was cut. He had a nasty cut on his eye. And in the 5th round, he actually dropped Cannoneer and almost knocked him out, which is very impressive. I would like to see him fight either, like you said, Paulo Costa or also Roman Dolidze. I don't know if he got a fight coming up.
Yeah, he actually do. He fighting Kevin Holland.
Or maybe give him a Jack Hermanson, because the thing is, I don't want to see Paulo Costa lose again. And I feel like he might lose, if he fight Barrio.
See, I thought Jack Hermanson, but I also thought Marvin Vettori too.
That's a better one. Marvin Vittori. I think that's the best one.
Yeah, Kyle Brahalio definitely showed that. That was the first time I saw him in any adversity, and he didn't attempt. He only attempted one takedown in that fight, which was maybe two. But yeah, for him to be known as a grappler, his stand-up game was really impressive.
And as far as Hangman, this one kind of hurt me because I don't know if we're gonna see McGregor again. So I feel like they should give Hank. Or he already fought Michael Chandler. That would be a good rematch. I feel like, or if not that, give him Justin Gaethje.
See, I thought Justin Gaethje too. Dan the Hangman Hooker is definitely a BMF, so he does fit in that category of fighting for the BMF title. Only thing is, Max Holloway is tied up getting a featherweight title shot. But I would have loved to see him and Max Holloway. But in this situation right now, I would say Justin Gaethje is the prime candidate for a Dan Hooker fight. That'll be an all-action fight. Dan Hooker dropped one of the best sound. He dropped the soundbite of the year in his last fight. I definitely want to get that on the clip. But I say if you can't make Gaethje happen, then give him Oliveira.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I just feel like the Chandler fight was a little. I don't want to say fluky, but I feel like he eventually got to get that back though.
Yeah, he has his worst round in the first round.
All right, I was trying to find some tweets, and it's ironic because I did find like 2 or 3, but it was actually blurred out, so I couldn't post it on here. But UFC Riyadh season noche, what's really going on, bro? Because a lot of people a lot of MMA fans, they're upset because this was originally promoted as a UFC Mexican card, and the main event was going to be Grasso and Shevchenko, which I was kind of crapping on myself, admittedly. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they changed it to being Riyadh season noche. So a lot of people feel like they added the Saudi in it to help pay for the event, which they did, and a lot of people feel some type of way about it. They feel like it's taken away from the Mexican independence of it by adding Riyadh to it. How do you feel about that, bro?
I feel like people need to chill. I mean, it's still a Mexican card. I mean, pretty much everybody on the card is Mexican. You got the biggest trilogy of the last couple of years on this fight on this card with Valentina, who is, in my opinion, the female GOAT of MMA, versus Alexa Grasso. Trilogy fight. I feel like Valentina got robbed in the last fight. Usually I'm not for people waiting to like a whole year for a rematch holding up the division, but I'm all for it in this case. But back to the card itself, yeah, Riyadh, the Saudis are helping pay for it, but that's just going to give a better show. And I feel like you have to really see it in order to see what they put forth, in order to really judge, like, did it take away from them celebrating Mexican independence? Because from the things that I hear that they're going to pull off inside the Sphere, they say it's going to be like a love letter to Mexico. And pretty much every fight except for the main event has the Mexican in it, if not 2 Mexicans. And if you want to be technical, Sean O'Malley is married to a Mexican, so his daughter's Mexican.
I just want to read this tweet. It was blurred out, so I couldn't really post it, but says, so it's a Mexican-themed event hosted by Saudi Arabia in Las Vegas, headlined by O'Malley and Morale. And
a Georgia fighter. Can't we all just get along while we can't be together?
Oh, hold on. And another tweet says, UFC is drowning in blood money right now. All right, so let me ask you another question. Now, if this was originally, supposed to be themed like if it was in February and it was themed like a black card, and then they did this, do you think it would be the same? Would you have an offense to that or no?
I honestly wouldn't care. Just give me some historical black moments and make the fights good. I mean, I don't care who paying for it.
Honestly, I feel like being that it's Riyadh season, it does take away from it a little bit. But do I have a problem with it? No, I honestly don't. Because it says 17 million, and they are helping pay for it.
I think it's more than that now.
and that I'm sure I believe you. But they're giving us a great show as UFC fans, and I think we should appreciate it. Look to the right. That's the actual image of the sphere right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's insane. You feel me?
And it looked Aztec, very Aztec themed. And I just want to say, I mean, Dana does what he has to do to bring you the product that he wants to bring in most cases. So it's, I mean, it is what it is.
And I don't know if most people know this, but the reason why it's only 9 or 10 fights on the card, people are complaining about that too, is because from the start of the event, he's going to be showing videos from the start of Mexican history with the Aztecs and everything like that, and it's going to translate all the way to the end, and there's going to be a video package of the history of Mexican fighting or Mexican warriors and stuff like that. So he's putting a lot of production into it, So
and that's going to be in between fights. Like it's going to be in between.
Yeah. So each fight is going to progress basically.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that turns out.
Yeah. I'm interested to see that fight too. All right. Should Stipe be biting out of his title shot and be replaced with another candidate instead of all Kamala Harris? It'd be Tom Aspinall. Now, if you look to the bottom left, this was supposed to happen in November. Stipe versus Jones. Stipe or Jones got injured, so Stipe sat back and waited. Now, if you look in the middle, this is the opening odds in case they were to go at it. John Jones and Aspinall. Aspinall is a slight underdog. I wouldn't. I don't know if I necessarily pick Aspinall, but I would be definitely interested, and I feel like he has a much better chance. But let me let you start this one off, bro. What do you think?
I think hell no, he shouldn't be biting out because with the simple fact of this fight was supposed to happen 3 times already. Neither time was it Stipe's fault. John Jones came back. I mean, this is a service to both men. John Jones vacated the title to move up to heavyweight because for the simple fact that people felt like, oh, nobody's challenging in the light heavyweight division. So he said, okay, I'll move up to heavyweight and give me the toughest challenger at heavyweight. At that time, it was Francis. That fight never happened. So he said, all right, give me the next best thing. He had to get the belt first, so he ran through Cyril Gane. I don't know if you want to call that a fight or not. And now he says, okay, since you guys say I'm not being challenged, give me your greatest heavyweight champion of all time. So, all right, boom, they signed a fight with Stipe. It was supposed to happen. Then it got pushed back to November. Then John Jones got injured. In order to preserve this fight, Stipe turned down the fight against who was it? Who did Aspinall knock out for the interim belt?
It was Sergey Pavlovich.
Sergey Pavlovich. Yeah, Stipe turned that fight down, which is how Aspinall got put in the conversation in the first place. So Aspinall wins that belt. I knew once they made that fight, this division was going to be in shambles. Now here we are, circling back a whole year. This fight is scheduled again in November. If Aspinall would have never, when they came up with this idea, nobody was talking to Aspinall, John Jones. Stipe held out to make this fight happen. This is the fight everybody wanted. And now that it's about to happen, they're like, oh, we want to see you fight this guy. And then if John Jones go in there and he beat Aspinall, everybody going to say, oh, like, he should have fought Stipe. He still never beat Stipe. And honestly, I feel like people are disrespecting Stipe because, we haven't seen him fight. Man, hold your breath, man. I feel like we haven't seen Stipe fight in about 3 or 4 years, but at the same time, the greatest heavyweight of all time. So, and we don't even know what John Jones really looked like at heavyweight. We haven't even seen him take a heavyweight punch. Stipe Miocic is a well-rounded fighter, and I feel like he has the boxing, he has the wrestling. John Jones not going to take him down and hold him down like that, like how he did. Only thing is the inactivity, but no, I don't think they should do that. I feel like if you want this John Jones-Tom Aspinall fight so bad, then let John Jones defeat Stipe, and then he can decide what he want to do. And if he decide to walk away, then you can't hold that against him because if he stick around, no matter what, the people ain't gonna never be happy. He could beat Stipe, he could thrash Aspinall, and then they're gonna be like, oh, what about this guy that's coming up? You feel me? So I mean, it is what it is.
You said hell no. I said hell yeah. He should be biting out. Look, man, the last time we seen Stipe, he got laid out by Francis. It's not like he was on some hot winning streak.
Yeah, but that was a 1-on-1. That was supposed to be a trilogy.
And number two, bro, it's MMA. You know how fast it advances. It's been like 3 years since we've seen Stipe. He's not gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying?
But nobody said that about John Jones when he took his 3 years off.
Aspinall is the young and the up and comer. I feel like he has way more tools to do that. And at the time, you're right. He wasn't talking about Aspinall because he hasn't achieved the level of what he is right now. You know what I'm saying?
So what proves he got Stipe don't got?
What proves that? You said what?
You say he got way more tools. What tools does he have that Stipe doesn't have?
The ground game. He better on the ground than Stipe. I seen him submit. I seen him submit people on the ground. I don't remember seeing Stipe submit somebody on the ground like that. And,
he ground and pound people. He submitted Mark Hunt and he ground and pound people on the ground.
Bro, honestly, I understand.
Not for nothing.
Let me finish. I respect Stipe and I understand he is UFC wise the greatest heavyweight, and I understand that. But when the fight was supposed to happen in November, it was already like, all right, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But I just find it a little weird. You know what I'm saying? That Dana is so hell bent on this fight, and I feel like now the fight to see is John Jones versus Aspinall.
Okay, so if John Jones broke through Stipe, then if you want to fight him, you can fight him. But you don't have Stipe training and waiting for a fight 3 times to just flip it from him. I mean, like, what you do that at? You know what I'm saying? That's not how you treat the person that defended the heavyweight belt more times than anybody ever in your company's history.
Look, it's MMA, man. John Jones got injured.
Yeah, but what's right is right.
If you want to do Stipe versus the winner of Aspinall and John Jones, I don't even think that makes sense. But I can maybe understand that. But
Stipe deserves it more than Aspinall does, and at this point, it's about.
Does he really?
Yeah, he does. He's put in way more. I mean, he paid way more dues than Aspinall when it comes to this game. Aspinall will tell you that himself. I feel like Stipe deserves it more, but at the same time, people want to see the new hot toy get tested.
Yes.
Keep in mind, Aspinall hasn't even been past a round and a half.
Hey, honestly, I'm all right. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what my fear is?
That John Jones lose this fight?
No. I don't think that. I think he's gonna smash Stipe. But my fear is that he's gonna smash Stipe and then retire, and we never get to see him at Aspinall. So that's why I feel like it should do him at Aspinall now, because I think John Jones probably got one more fight and he's probably gonna retire. I don't think he's gonna stick around and fight 3 more times. Maybe 2, but
I don't think he's gonna retire for the simple fact of I feel like he's a competitor and I feel like he cares too much about what people think to an extent. But if he did retire, I wouldn't hold it against him. So what?
Me either. Like you said, bro, if he beats Stipe is the greatest heavyweight in the UFC, hands down. You can't dispute that. So if he beats Stipe, there's really nothing left for him to prove. You feel me? He don't gotta fight Aspinall.
But people ain't gonna never be happy because what they gonna say then is, Stipe was old. He was washed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna be one of those people. That's why I want to see him fight Aspinall now. Because if he beat Aspinall now, there is nothing you can say at all. There is nothing you can say. There is no excuse. You know
what if he beat Aspinall and then Aspinall lose his next 2 fights after that? Then they gonna say, Aspinall was overrated.
No, it's the John Jones effect, man. He do that to people, man.
Yeah, he do. But you know how people are. Look at what they're saying about Izzy.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. It was fun being right while you was wrong. This was pretty fun. We're gonna try to do it more often, y'all. Drop these shows to you again. Hit the like and subscribe. Something for everybody on the channel.
All right, wait a minute. I got one more. Hold up.
Oh, okay.
Up next on this channel, we Bash at Berlin. We're gonna do a live watch along. You're gonna see Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, Gunther defend the championship against Randy Orton. Stay tuned.
I'm looking forward to that strap match.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Any other matches with special stipulations on this card?
No, you got the mixed tag team match, and no, I think that's pretty much it. They just got 4 or 5 matches.
I can't believe I just called it a card. It's time for me to go.
Ha! I enjoy y'all college football too. Peace.
Peace.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Keep it clean. Touch gloves if you wish. Let's do it.
Straight Talk MMA, hosted by Zay Brotherz, the MMA Brotherz.